Welcome back to Girl Talk. Mike Petrilli joins us now. He is the Hilton Head Campaign Chair for the United Way of the Lowcountry, and it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
It's a big job.
It is,
It's a big job.
and we were talking off camera before we started rolling, just trying to get some information. We see the trademark thermometers along
going up.
278, and
We
you
wish
go,
they'd
oh, it's
go
that
up higher.
time again.
It's almost Christmas because it's going up. I mean, that's how I use it as a
Right,
baby.
exactly. Oh, it's that time of year.
Yep.
Right.
So welcome, and tell us a little bit of just general information to
Sure.
start about the United Way of the Lowcountry.
Very good, very good. Well, the United Way of the Lowcountry really covers Beaufort and Jasper County.
Okay.
Currently, we are directing our efforts at 32 agencies that run a total of 42 programs, so some of them have multiple programs. It focuses really in 5 areas: health, nutrition, income, shelter, and education.
Okay.
And you look at some of the charities that you're familiar with on the island, places like Deep Well, Boys and Girls Club, Literacy Volunteers, Salvation Army, Boy Scouts. All those organizations are part of what that 32
Okay.
agencies make up. Now, the advantage of the United Way is that it takes resources from the community, money and time, volunteers, and it focuses on those agencies that really make an impact right here.
Right here,
Right.
locally.
And the money that we collect stays right here and serves those agencies.
That is important because
Yeah.
I think a lot of us think United Way, you're thinking on a national
Right.
level,
Right.
which it is.
Right.
But really, these of the United Way of the Lowcountry is the umbrella, and then all of the local charities are under that umbrella and receiving the funds
Right.
that are collected then.
The United Way worldwide is one of the largest nonprofit agencies in the world,
Okay.
and we're part of that group. But the way we're part of that is we get from them a certain amount of professional guidance.
Okay.
We pay a small fee to them, and they let the local United Way campaigns run themselves.
Well, that's good.
But this particular campaign has been noted by the worldwide organization as one of the more effective campaigns because clearly it focuses on results that you can measure. And that's worked out well.
What are some of the, sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry. What are some of the campaigning efforts? I know there's one here that we're going to,
Right.
to mention with the retail, but some of the others.
The more traditional way is, of course, we had a Pacesetter campaign where we go into businesses
Yes.
that have been contributors in the past and ask them to run campaigns early. We also continue with that effort with all the small businesses that we can contact in the area. Then we have a residential campaign, which is directed at those people that have given in the past. We have cocktail parties trying to get the word out. Now, in the business area, it's pretty good because you have a structure in place that you can work with. Once someone says you can come into my company and talk, there's a venue for
Right.
doing that. In the residential
It'd be
areas,
hard.
it's difficult
tough, yeah.
behind those gated communities.
absolutely.
So that's where the cocktail parties help.
Yeah.
But efforts like this are intended to get more people aware of the United Way and hopefully interested in either contributing time or money.
And speaking of time,
Sure.
your involvement, is this your first year of chairing this
It's my first
Okay.
year of chairing.
How's
I was
it going
involved.
so far?
Well,
Yeah.
here's the good news. The good news is if you stand back in today's environment, here's an organization that has already raised in this campaign over $1 million. That's a significant
That's great.
achievement.
Yeah.
The challenge, however, is that the goal is $2.8 million.
Wow.
I saw that on that thermometer.
You can see that
Wow,
in the
that's got a ways to go.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
your position is to rally everybody together and
That's right.
direct and
That's right.
make sure
For the
there's all-
Hilton Head region, you said that they're,
My responsibility is Hilton Head Island.
Okay.
We have a similar person in charge of Beaufort
Okay.
and one in charge of Bluffton/Jasper County.
Okay. That's great.
And it's pretty much broken down roughly $1 million in Beaufort, $1 million on Hilton Head, and $800,000 in Bluffton/Jasper County.
When the recipients, how do they get determined? Do you determine who gets what, or is it a committee vote, or do they solicit?
Every year there's a volunteer group of people, and incidentally, volunteers are an important part of this whole
Absolutely.
operation. But they meet once a year and they evaluate agencies who've made requests.
Okay.
And what they're looking for is they want to see some real accountability, some
Okay.
professionalism, some clear goals that you can measure and you know as a result whether you've had an impact. And they go through that procedure. They ask some very tough questions. They sometimes have to turn people down, or they may say, no, we don't think you can justify that much. On others, we might say, hey, we think you deserve more. But that procedure is very, very, very tough.
And how many of the $2.8 million that's hopefully raised with
Right.
everybody's
Will be
help,
raised.
that will be raised,
Will be.
will actually go
I'm expecting
to
your pledge.
I was going to say, get the checkbook out.
how much of that will actually go to the local charity?
That's a very good question. For every $100 that I might contribute, 88 of those dollars goes directly to those agencies. Now, the other $12 runs the United Way staff of 9 full-time people and all their expenses year-round. It also pays a very modest fee to the United Way worldwide so that we can use their logo and we can get the professional direction from them. The nice thing about going through the United Way is that the agency not only gets that $88 directly, it also gets year-round consulting and advice and counsel from that staff of the United Way.
That's
That's
important.
great.
So as we're ready to wrap up here, we want to make mention of the Spend Here, Help Locally campaign that will be out there. So you're at select retail centers.
Right.
You may be asked if you would like to donate $1 or $5 or whatever to the United Way of the Lowcountry. So please say yes, and then that way you can help do your part in reaching that $2.8 million goal.
Right.
Mike, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Stay with us here on Girl Talk. We've got lots coming up. Taking a little field trip over to Stoneworks. We'll be back.
Bye-bye.
Girl Talk is brought to you by J. Banks Design, The Greenery, Stoneworks, and Custom Audio Video, and by Island Tire and Automotive Services. Please support these businesses who make our program possible.